Okay, what's up, everybody? So, I'm so sorry Damola decided to let me host today. You understand? So, I wish you guys luck because we are just going to be riding this thing. Okay. So, I'm Wada. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Wada from Botswana. First, introduce yourselves.
Hi, everybody. I'm Natasha, and I'm from South Africa.
Okay. Okay.
Hi guys, Kofi. I'm from Ghana.
From Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi everybody, my name is Nomathemba and I'm from South Africa.
Okay, so we got the South versus
the
the West.
Saudi.
As
The
you know.
South and the West.
Ish all the time. Okay, so today's topic, guys, is about intra-African marriages and relationships. Right. So can someone tell me what you understand about that? What is that exactly?
Africans dating Africans.
Okay, cool. Like
Simply put.
dating each other.
Yeah.
Maybe like
so
from different
country
I guess.
to country.
Okay, cool. I think the first thing is I would like for each one of you guys to like describe how dating in your own countries, like dating like a South African guy for you is, and then dating like a Ghanaian woman is for you, and I guess South
That's
African.
fine.
Yeah, how you guys date
Can we
each
start
other.
there?
Yeah.
and
How
come
you
like
guys
this?
date each other in your countries. Let's just start there first.
Like I really don't understand. Like how should I describe it?
Like dating
from courting each other and what?
Well, yeah, a relationship. Let me say, like, you being in a relationship with a South African guy. Just describe how it is, basically.
Okay, like from my experience
Yeah.
is guy meets girl, and
Okay.
guy meets girl. Things happen, and there's chemistry, and then you go out and you get to learn each other, like each other's personalities and stuff. And
Okay.
then, yes.
Would you say, like, South African guys date? Like, do they take girls out on dates? Or it's like a, "Oi, come over" type of thing?
Like we can't all generalize people.
Okay,
you get.
that's true.
You get old school guys who still want to do things the proper way.
Yeah.
That's actually the guys that I prefer.
Okay.
As I feel like a woman should be caught, like a guy should go after, not just that thing you hook up and then what are we? I don't.
Okay.
That is
Yeah,
too
yeah.
easy,
Okay.
And then everyone, like, it's now the new narrative, the new norm these days that
Yeah.
like is that thing, what are we, But I feel like a woman should.
We are people.
I feel like as a woman you still need that.
Yeah.
Yes, hoferewa,
Okay.
Yes.
So you feel like guys do that, like in your country, do they actually still do that right now?
I'm saying that there are some guys that
Okay.
do that, but the majority now is that hook up, what are we type of
Okay.
thing.
So the majority
Wait, but
doesn't.
Yeah.
wait, aren't we in a phase where it's like 21st century, 50-50, we go 50-50 with everything?
But what does
So-
50-50 mean?
Phras. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if it's 50-50, does that mean I need to come up to you and be like, yo, I like you?
Like shoot your shot, basically.
You know? Or you should, because now there's still some men who do not find that attractive. You know what I'm saying? They don't like a woman who shoots her shots because maybe they find it desperate or some sort. So, with what we're talking about, directly in line with this now, I don't think 50-50 necessarily applies because,
All I'm just saying is,
You're hitting on me.
From what I know, there's a new wave, and basically, from what I know, everyone is going 50-50 when it comes to relationships. That's from my perspective, from what I'm hearing out
You
there.
know what I don't
Okay.
like?
That's not what it is.
I
no?
don't like the narrative of something that works for Natasha will also work for me. Because I'm a different, I'm Norma. She's Natasha. So just don't generalize. Learn to know me. Yes.
Yeah, you see. But the thing is, guys, the problem is they generalize.
They generalize.
You understand? They
Yes.
think everything's like women. It's like, but we're all different. You understand?
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, Kofi, tell us about like dating Ghanaian.
Let me generalize it to West African, right?
Okay, West African.
Exactly. So I haven't been with a Ghanaian or West African girl in a while, but from
Okay.
what I know, from what I remember, is back in West Africa, there's a lot of behind closed door shit. Basically, people don't really show off themselves out there. So you have a lot of timid people. due to how we were raised, our background and everything, a lot of timid girls. So you don't have relationships that being necessarily very open to each other and willing to explore out. Like, for example, what do we call it? Public display of affection. I don't think you hardly ever see that, like in West Africa, like walking on the road. You see like a couple chilled on the corner, just having fun, making out, whatever. Hardly. You hardly ever come across that.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, and then you, what's your, like, do you guys feel the same way?
I don't know. I'm not really sure how to answer this question.
Okay.
Because generally, I feel like dating is dating. Like, there's nothing more to it except that.
Yeah.
Like, in the general sense, like, if I'm dating a South African guy, the relationship is gonna move forward based on my vibes and what I require and whatnot, and maybe what attracted me to him in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't necessarily compare, because I feel like those are things that would differ from individual to individual. You know, I could say maybe that I don't think that South African men are more. I don't think they have that obligatory thing that you'd find in other cultures, where like I need to take care of a woman, my woman. You know, South African men are more like they're really going deep into this 50-50 things. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really riding with
Why
that,
did I
like
make this up?
hey, 50-50 kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Do you
where
feel like it's a bad thing though?
at first I thought no, it wasn't, but then
But
I got
then,
some experience, and then I just realized that
you
them
mind
niggas
telling
tripping.
us?
Them niggas tripping. Like, listen, right?
They use it as an excuse to
They
not
use it
do
as an
shit.
excuse. Exactly. There's one thing that I realized. You know, it's when you're in a relationship, it's about giving and taking. You need to be taken care of, and as a woman, you want to be taken care of.
So you
and
agree
as
that
a
it's
man,
both ways,
also,
right?
yes.
Okay.
You know, even as a man, you want to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I think what we're seeing in society is this thing of just, can I say? I mean, this is private, like above age, right? So I can say swear words. Okay, good. Right, like right now, it's more about fucking and vibing more than actually like relationshiping.
Straight to the point.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah.
It's not about relationshiping, because now if you have certain, I'm not gonna say demands, right? Because you have no right to demand anything from anybody.
Right.
But if you have certain expectations, you know, you would hope that your partner would be willing to wanna meet those expectations, right? But you find that not many men are willing to meet those expectations. Most men right now think that everything is financial. Like, yes,
Yeah.
we want the money. The money is nice, but then there's
money is
more to
necessary.
it, to relationshiping. You know what I'm saying? And we're not getting that. Not really.
Wait, so you're talking about expectations and the fact that in relationships there are expectations from both parties. So when you're talking about the fact that you're not inclined on 50-50, you're just saying women
Here's the
usually have the right to more expectations than men. That's your
Not
point.
necessarily. Here's the thing, right? I think we need to define this 50-50 thing. Hence, which is what I asked you when you said 50-50. 50-50 in terms of what? Does it 50-50 is in 50-50 in terms of just like financial terms,
No.
right?
50-50
Or does
We
it
both-
include other
then
things as
We
well?
both meeting our expectations, but meeting each other halfway. Not you going 3/4 and I'm going the rest.
Okay, you know what?
It doesn't work that way.
what
actually,
terms?
let's pause it there because we're gonna go deeper into that 50-50 thing.
Please.
Okay. Before we get there, you guys know we're in Russia, so we meet like different Africans from different countries and stuff like that. Personally, for you guys, do you think you could marry someone from another country?
Yes.
100%, yeah.
100%. How
Yeah.
about you, ma'am?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, so
Not in Moscow, though.
So, not in Moscow. Okay. So, apart from your countries, which country do you see yourself, or would you like to find like a husband from, a wife from, a hubby from?
Personally,
Personally.
I'm not picky.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I don't think I can speak on that in like I don't have enough knowledge or experience, so I can't really say that I
Yeah.
prefer that country or that country. Because I don't know how Botswana people are like, although I assume they're very much like South Africans because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't really had experience with Ghanaian person to say that, hey, I don't really know because I don't really know what the culture is and what. And like I said, most of these things go back to the individual. You know, I'm not picky. You could be from Ghana, and if I vibe with you,
Yeah.
But
doing
if
it.
you
That's
had a
what's
gun
up.
to your head and you had to pick a country apart from South Africa, which country would you,
You know,
like?
honestly, let me put this
to-
out there. I just need to put this out there.
Okay.
So our South African ladies know that you all vibe with West African guys.
I
Like,
don't
it's
know.
not a myth. Let me just put this out there. It's not a myth. Like, we've been from way back. Like, I feel like the West African mentality of men kind of goes with the Southern African mentality.
What do you mean?
Like, basically,
What kind of
we
mentality
back
is
in
this?
the West, we are mostly like
nurturer.
That is so
nurturers.
true.
We like to
They
take
are.
care of
That
our
is so
women, our
true.
people.
That
You
is
Okay.
understand? It's just how
You know
we're
what?
raised to be a manly man.
Southees. Oh, bro, you'll sort yourself out.
Seriously.
Bruh.
Seriously.
Oh,
I mean,
Lord.
it's not. Also, I have to say this. I have to make this point. Like, this is a gross generalization.
Yeah,
It's gross.
actually.
Like, there are South African men who are willing, who do that, who take up, who have that, you know. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but then for them, they do it for an individual. If I was made. He'll do it for the main girl. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to do it for the other girl.
The fact that
Alright.
that's already a
Abigail.
problem now. That's
You know
another
what I'm
topic.
saying?
The fact that it's a known or a done deal that there's the main and there's the side. It's so normalized now that hi guys.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's hard to be a woman, guys.
No, but like,
Okay.
basically
It's sad.
speaking, what I was saying, right,
Yeah.
is we in the West, we like to take care of our girls. And like you were saying over there, y'all be looking out there for blessings and stuff. So
Now I don't know.
I'm just saying, if that's the case, if there's a girl out there who's looking
CT
for
girls
blessings,
are up.
yeah,
No, like not necessarily for places, but then like I've also told South Africans this, that they can talk and say whatever they want, but West African guys know how to take care of women. Not necessarily.
And it's not
like
necessarily
being blessed.
finances.
No,
it's
but
not.
they'll
It's really
just
not
be
about the
there.
finances. Like for me, it's really not about the finances because, bruh, money day, like money is money, right? But it is the way that.
They
like
You know
someone
when you're holding an egg, you know when you like you've got an egg and you're just like, oh, don't baby, don't.
You know,
ooh,
there's
like,
this
you know,
thing that I
fish.
like about them.
They carry
They'll call you
you.
and then they'll ask you, "Have you eaten?"
Yes, I'm like that thing. That
Did you have
chivalry.
breakfast?
If you say
That
no, like,
chivalry. You
should
know what
I
I'm saying?
should I order something for you? I'm like, oh, where do these?
It's that caring, it's that
Yeah.
provision. Like as women, we don't necessarily look for blessers. As a woman, we look for providers, and that is something that
We want
from a
to-
young
we
age.
want
Because first of
security.
all,
We wanna
from-
feel
You know, she
protected,
plays
you know?
like there's a little girl that she plays with dolls. She does it, and she already knows that there's that maternal thing. Like you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be a mother, a wife, and whatnot. So naturally, we all like we are naturally looking for providers, but not just financial providers.
Yes.
You need to be able to provide a home for me. I must be
Okay.
able to be like, yo, that's my
Someone
man.
you
That's
can
my
be
man.
vulnerable to.
You,
You
know,
know-
exactly. Somebody I can cry to. I can just call you and fight for
I like that. I like that you ladies are putting this out there. So when you're not talking about only financial situation.
Bruh,
Okay, so
finances
let's
are
just rank it right now.
nothing.
Like
Okay,
we're
okay.
here. There's a camera. Rank it.
Okay.
Top 5 things you look out for
Okay.
In a
In
guy.
a man.
in a man. West African men, South. Just rank it.
Fine. Like it's nice if the guy is well off. It's,
Yeah.
it's great. But
So
I
that's
wouldn't
like the
say- I
first
wouldn't
thing.
say- I
Is that
wouldn't
the
say-
first
I
thing
would
you
say-
look out
Yes,
for?
he must be able to provide for himself. That has always, bruh.
So you see him like a mile away, yeah? And you're already checking out the car he's
That's
in,
not number
what he's
one.
wearing.
You said top 5, but
I
we
want to
didn't
see,
say-
like you see him on
Okay,
spot.
okay, we have to rank like
Yeah.
number 1.
Mhm.
Okay. Like
For me,
okay.
mentality. I'm sapiosexual. You have to.
Oh, okay, girl.
Yes, like you have to like. I have to get inside your mind to understand. You know, you should like. There are small things that from a small conversation.
Yeah.
There are small things that you can pick out that ooh, okay.
Yeah, like,
So that is a turn on for me.
okay.
Yes.
Like, you guys have to kind of basically vibe, have the same type of energy, understand each other.
Exactly.
Basically. That's number one, basically.
I mean, I like that. I like smart guys, but smart guys can be boring as fuck. I don't want to lie.
So you want a dum-dum. You want a
I don't
dum-dum.
want a
Dum-dum with money.
No. I don't want a
Dum-dum
dum-dum.
with
I don't want a
money.
I
dum-dum
can't
because I'll
date
squash that
Sabawal.
nigga.
I can't date Sabawal Dubai. Sabawal night. No.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something. Let me learn something from you. Let's talk politics. Let's talk about something. You know.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. But
So
we,
from
we're
person to
ranking.
person.
We're ranking,
Yeah.
by the way. So top 5. Financial it's nice.
He must be able.
You have
Listen,
to be able
number
to
one, you
take
have
care
to
of
be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like you don't have
Let's
to
start there.
provide for me. I would like it if you can. I love it, but
Well.
you yourself, it has to start with you,
Yeah.
right? When I come there, if you can take care of yourself, then I'm happy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
okay.
Because
Guys,
if
are
you
you
can
listening?
take care of yourself, it means no. Listen, if you can take care of yourself, I mean, somewhere along the line, you'll be
You'll
able to
take-
help
take care
me
of me.
out, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When me, I expect help. I don't expect provision right now because I'm single. But when I get married,
It's
a whole
another
different
ball game.
ballgame.
Yeah.
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? But right now, when I look at a partner or a boy right now, I'm not going there to be like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you buy that for me?
Yeah.
I don't care, right?
All right.
Because
Okay. So financial.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to have the same
Connect.
or connect intellectually.
Does that include culture, background, when you're
Not-
saying connection? Because
Not-
you
not
usually have
necessarily.
connections.
No,
No.
I can connect very well with someone from
Exactly.
Nigeria.
Exactly. It's just
Specifically.
intellect. Like
Mm-hmm.
seriously, it's a big
chemistry. You just need to have
Chemistry. Yes, that's the
Chemistry.
word. I
Chemistry. We
think.
must be able to have a conversation. We must be able to laugh if we laugh.
Exactly.
I mean, we can sit in silence, but even when we're sitting in silence, there must
Yeah.
still be a little bit
We-
of like
there's
electricity
an
there.
understanding that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, chemistry, connection, and you're dealing with someone who's not from
For
the same
me,
background with you.
I mean,
How?
It's
How?
possible
How
because
does
you're
that
an
work?
individual. It doesn't matter if I'm from Botswana, I can still connect with someone from Kenya just as an individual. If our intellectual capacity is the same,
Yeah.
you understand. If his money is nice, I'll connect to him.
yes.
For me, it also has to be stature. I have to say one of the most important. I think this is like one of my top one, if not two, because this is really what I'm mostly attracted to when it comes to a man.
Okay.
Stature, character. She said something about being attracted to sapiosexual what. I like that idea. At some point, I thought that that's what I was interested into. But nah, bruh, I'm attracted to power.
Stature.
I'm attracted to
Power.
power.
Uh-huh.
I want,
All right.
you know when there's that man that walks in and then he intimidates you a little bit, so you're not really sure how you're supposed to act. You know, you just like he sort of like owns the room kind of thing. Just like you know,
But not like bossy.
not
not
but no, he
bossy.
doesn't need to be bossy because
Yeah.
it's within. It's the character.
lento.
You know, like even when he's just sitting there, like, you know,
Yeah.
okay, I can like character.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm
Yeah.
saying
Someone's
is character.
character,
You need to have a strong
Confidence
character.
as well. Like confidence.
Strong
Like
character.
there's nothing like a confident
And
man.
I like an ambitious man. Like these are really the things that I look for in a partner. I want character. I want stature. I want somebody that will be able to put me in my place in a
Yeah.
nice way because I'm a rowdy. You know what I'm saying? So you must
Okay.
be able to like control me, but in a you know when women say that I want someone who
Lead.
can control me. I don't
Someone
want
to
someone who
lead-
can,
someone
but I
to
want somebody
lead
who's
you,
going to
but like-
inspire me to just like want to be like, oh, you know, my king, that you know, just like
Yes.
soften me up, that natural submission, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, and that
exactly.
comes from character and stature. You know, you don't have to shout at me. Sometimes you just need to look at me, be like, and I'm like, okay, Daddy
Okay.
doesn't like
But-
that.
All right, my king. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
So I want.
You mentioned one thing, ambition. How long are you going to ride in that with him till he reaches his ambition, though? How long are you going to wait?
That is a
that's
question. Let me
another-
tell you something. That is a question that I cannot answer yet because I don't know how long I've gone. But one thing I know is that in some instances I've stayed longer than I should.
Then you should
Then
have.
you should. When do you
Yeah.
know when you should have stayed?
Well, essentially,
met.
let me say this. Essentially, I'm not going to leave you because you're not making it. Essentially, I'm gonna leave you because the love starts dying. Because if I'm gonna write it out from the beginning, I'm willing to ride. You know what I'm saying? If I'm there from the beginning when there's nothing and I'm still staying and it's 2 years down the line and whatnot, like I'm willing to ride, especially if we're still going to be good, if we're still going to be in a relationship. It's like with acrimony, you know, she rode with him and she was going to ride with him. But what happened with that relationship is that the relationship in itself fell apart. You know what I'm saying? And when the relationship itself falls apart, then now we're tolerating each other, we're not loving each other. Because if I'm just there because I love you, it doesn't mean anything. Because you know what? I will stand up as a woman and I'll make a plan. And we'll live.
Do you know the movie she's talking about? Basically, she was with her man. The guy was like kind of struggling for a little bit.
Was working on a battery.
Wasn't a little bit. It was
Yeah.
for a while.
For like over 20 years because she worked and she was like
20 years.
from
story, she
college,
had to
from
work
college
2
until
jobs.
until like in the 40s.
supporting them, right? Long story short, they end up, I guess, breaking up or divorcing or whatever.
She leaves him because she's like, I'm tired.
Then now he
And then
starts
he makes it big.
making it, and then now he's met someone else.
And she
And
wants to
then
come
now the
She
woman
was
he's
bitter.
with is the one now.
Enjoying
She's
everything.
getting
Enjoying
everything that
everything.
she has
You
been
understand?
waiting for, which is
You
sad.
understand?
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I would not leave because those are the fruits of my
I
labor.
told myself one thing. I'll never be Bob the Builder. I will never.
Okay. Yeah, no, put down the
I'll
bricks.
never
women.
be Bob
Put
the
down the
Builder.
bricks. Don't
Because
build
once
nothing.
the
You
house is
understand?
done, they live in the house. And you get kicked out.
Oh,
You
come
understand?
So let
on.
me
No,
go and
no,
find a house
No,
that
what
is
she's
already
talking
built
about
for
is
me.
true.
It's true.
What
Like,
she's talking about
seriously.
is true.
Uh-uh.
But then
You're
now
gonna
that's
Guys,
like
don't
if you're gonna be
imply
like,
that
if you're
you
gonna
be Bob the
no,
Builder. No,
what?
thank
But if you're
You're
gonna
gonna
Don't
stick
imply
with
that.
the guy,
it goes
build
back.
him up. You know, build his confidence up, like baby.
Guys, you're talking about movies, basically.
No,
doesn't
it
always
happens in
happen.
real life.
It happened to
It
me.
happens in real life.
It
to
happens.
me.
It happens in real life. You
And look
understand?
at how young she is. She's young, and
You
it
wanna
happened to
share?
her.
You see,
You might
like it
share with
happens.
us.
You're there for
No, I
your
don't.
guy through thick and thin. You understand?
Exactly.
And then
Which
All of
it
a
goes
sudden-
back to what I was saying, that if the relationship itself stays strong, stays standing, then she won't be feeling like a Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if she's Bob the Building with a guy who she can see the red flags, you can see already this nigga's got one foot out the door, and you still Bob the Building because you think one day it's gonna change once you get there. Then of course you're gonna, you know.
and
That's
you
why
know,
the relationship
for
is
some,
important.
For some reason, men have a tendency of changing now when the money
money
starts
comes.
rolling.
That's
in.
what happened
They said
to
you
me.
want to know who you're really dating. Wait till the man gets
That's what
money.
happened to
You
me,
understand?
girl. That's what happened
Because
to
now
me.
he's got access to everything.
He can
wants.
get any
He can
girl.
Get anything,
He has a
anyone.
car,
You understand?
he has the apartment.
So now that's where, as a guy, you make a choice. Like, do you wanna? Now you have to remember like who was there with you, building you up, and like you got these things fine with some type of help from her. You understand? Some guys are gonna be assholes and forget it and just be like, nah. I want that bad bitch over there now. You understand? And some guys who actually do stay and be like, nah. She's been with me
No, it
through.
happens.
You
It
understand?
happens
So
with all these athletes
And
and
I
stuff.
think, I
they do
mean,
that.
and another thing
not
with
just
men,
athletes,
another
just the
thing with
normal,
men.
a
You
normal.
know,
I want to talk
the
about
thing
the athletes.
is, no, the thing about men, right, and the difference between men and women when going into relationships, men go in relationships with intentionality. If a
Who
man
doesn't?
knows women,
Women don't go into
women, we don't go in with intentionality. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish my statement. Not to
Hold
say
on,
that
let her finish.
right? When a man approaches you, like he's still maybe in his hustling years, he knows that this is not where he wants to end up in life, right? His ultimate goal is that big house, that Ferrari, what that yacht thing, you know? So for him, he's still working towards that. That's where he's going to settle. Once he's there, that's when he's going to start building his family. That's what he
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
So whatever girl that he along the way while he's
Meets
still
along the
working,
way.
he makes, like, if he's not intending on marrying you or building with you from day one when he approaches you,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen somewhere along
not
the way.
gonna happen.
With
I
women,
disagree with you 100%.
with women, no,
Men
listen.
know.
Most
I'm
of the
sorry,
time,
I
men
disagree
know.
100%.
most of
I'm
the
gonna
time-
explain why.
Okay, wait. Can I finish first?
100%,
Okay,
yeah.
right. Whereas with women, you go into the relationship with the thing that, I like him, and I'll see where it goes. At first, you might be like,
Yeah.
it's just for play, and then you start developing
feelings.
feelings and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then somebody who you started with saying, you know what, I'm just playing with him, you end up wanting to marry, like now willing to kill for this guy.
For this
kind of
guy.
thing. You know what I'm saying? So yes, there are instances where it happens for men that it changes, right? Because then how the nature of the relationship develops and whatnot. But most of the time, I'd say 80% of the time, if he was not really with you like that, then he's not gonna stay with you, especially if he believes that he's settling. It's
Yeah.
one thing if he finds the woman of his dreams while he's still hustling, but it's another thing if he just finds a girl. It's like, okay, I'm still waiting for the woman of my dreams. Which is why when you pop the building, you must always just like have conversations where you like understand what is your
exactly.
ideal woman, what do you want in a woman, because then that will guide you
And
to
most
know
of the
that
time,
am
guys
I actually
tell you
that?
They tell you.
Am I that thing that he wants? Because if you know yourself truly, then you'll know that I'm not that. Then that's when you'll know that you're clowning yourself, you're playing
Yes.
yourself.
So you know what happened to me?
Guys,
I once asked an
we've
ex
gone off
of
topic
mine.
a little bit. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it
Yeah.
back to what we're talking about,
Because
right?
now we're talking about relationships.
Yeah, now we're talking about relationships. Okay, let's bring it back a little bit. So basically, let's say you marry someone from a different country than yours, right? And then you guys have children, right? So now you have different cultures, right? What kind of household would you like your kids to be raised in?
An African household.
Yes.
Simply
Okay.
put, yeah.
African household.
An African household.
Mixed with
Listen,
cultures,
I can
yeah.
be married to a Nigerian man and
And
or a Ghanaian man,
Um.
and we will raise the children accordingly. At the end of the day, if I married you, there must be something that I admire with you, something that I would like to pass on to the children.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe your upbringing or whatever, your how you think.
How you
know
think,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I'm not going to take that away from my children. Like I married you and I had children with you because I wanted them to have some traits of yours. You know, I mean,
Let's not hide the fact that there's still going to be one dominant culture in that house.
and that's
It's
naturally
the same way if
probably,
you marry a Muslim
yeah.
and you're
And
Christian.
you're
There's always
Christian.
going to be one dominant religion in there. So
Probably in my relationship, it would be the man because you know what? That is African culture. At the end of the day, when we get married, I get adopted into your family. I no longer if I'm Nisi, what's your surname?
Hammer.
And I become Hammer. You know, when we get married, you're not going to become Kofi. I'm Nisi. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to become Natasha Hammer. So obviously,
Naturally,
So would you
yeah.
compromise?
we
Would you
are
compromise?
I
we are
would.
continuing the
Yeah.
bloodline. That's
I
what
would.
it is. Hence
You know
I said
what?
No matter
African
how
household.
extreme it is.
Of
No,
course not. If it's
that
extreme,
is
that's something
situational.
Exactly. You have to
That's something
sit down and talk
situational,
about.
and we decide
But-
as a couple in a family.
Exactly. But in general, I'm willing to submit.
I'm a submissive person.
I think women in general, like
Let me
if
tell
they
you
love
this.
you enough, they're willing to submit.
Yes.
Naturally.
Naturally.
Naturally. It happens.
You understand?
It happens. And it feels good when it happens as well.
Yeah.
You're just like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, no matter how,
Just let it go.
if you love someone, you're gonna submit.
Of course.
You understand? We're not saying, okay, cool. So we all agree that like women are most likely to kind of.
But in
Cool,
Africa,
chill out.
I'm not even gonna say in African culture because even in Western culture, you naturally patriarchy has set it up in such a way that we women have to submit to our men. So even with I'm trying to get away from this word white, but even with Western culture, most of the time it leans towards the men, you know, the men's family, what the men's traditions and whatnot, because that's what patriarchy is.
Yeah.
That's what the system is. You know, you can fight it if you wanna, but you'll probably not get married.
Ooh. Okay.
But that's
so
good
now,
also.
you know, there's this thing right now, for example, since like we're all like from the south, we're from the south and then he's from the west.
Yeah.
There's this thing where, well, most of the time, West African guys and their African roots and their culture is very like stern.
Opposite.
And then, yeah, you know, like very stern. And then they feel sometimes that we from the south have adopted this Western culture, even when it comes down to the food. Like
We were just
we
yeah, talking
100%.
about
on a
it.
random day, we
Yeah.
cook like rice
Yeah.
and
Salads.
salads,
Yeah.
you know, salads and stuff
Potato
like that.
salad every
You
day.
know,
That's
and then
me
them,
all the way.
and then they feel like
Soup
you know,
manka.
yeah. On a normal day, it's like manka and all that strong stuff. You understand? No offense.
None
None
taken.
taken.
There's
None
nothing
taken.
offensive.
None
It's a
Yeah.
reality,
Yeah.
and it's
It
something
is
that
what it
I
is.
love and appreciate
Yeah.
about them because I feel like they stay so grounded within
Grounded,
the culture.
fine.
And I respect that. I have the biggest
Now,
respect for that.
there's people that are extreme with the cultural thing, like the I don't know how. This is
Don't
very
worry, just
controversial.
mention it.
But like
Say
you know that sometimes West African guys. I don't know why I keep thinking Nigerian, but West African guys. Some have this extreme. I don't know how to put it. Cut. Where's Frank.
Don't cut. Say it. Explain.
Just say it.
Situational.
Whatever is in your mind, just say.
There's a word I'm looking for. I don't know.
Don't be politically
Controlling,
correct.
very
Yes, oppression is a word.
Manipulated?
Like
Manipulative,
there's
yes.
Manipulative and like
Don't
there's
generalize
you
it.
can
It's
kind of
not
but
a
feel.
I think
general
what
thing.
I think the right
Let's
word hard-handed.
tread
I think what she wants to
carefully,
say is
you
that they
know?
can be a little bit hard-handed sometimes
yes.
when it comes to
They're
certain
not
issues.
open
But-
also to
Even Southern guys are like that.
but like
Yeah.
West
It's not just a
African
West
guys are like that.
Even Southern
It's
guys
not
are
a
like
West
that.
African
No,
guy.
no.
It's
Zulu.
just guys are
Zulu.
dominative. That's just it.
No, but
Let's
like they're
not-
not open to
Open to receive.
to receive
Understand.
other cultural differences and
Okay, I
like
get
you understand
Yeah.
like sometimes they're not really open to
But you should see it from the
to-
very beginning. You come across him, you should know that kind of person
okay
you're dealing with. That
let's
he's not-
say you have kids with someone like that who's not open to and he's like, no, I want to raise my kids like this is how I was raised as an African man, this is how I was raised and this is how my kids are gonna grow up, you understand? And you're married to, like, how do you handle that? What do you are you just gonna submit? Like,
You know what I
Right.
think?
You need to
I
use-
think I think before entering marriage, you should have like rules of what you want. You know, personally, that's what if it were to happen to me and I get blessed with marriage, I would want to be able to communicate with my partner that, you know what, we are different individuals, but we're coming together into this union, and we're gonna make this union work for us, not for like society, not for what our family thinks, but for us. You know?
Okay.
So you should understand me, and I should understand
So
you.
basically, before you even get into a marriage,
You should
Yeah.
know
Dating,
that
you
this
guys
is
have
the
to-
You
ty-
should
This is
know.
the type
You
of
should
man
know
that
who
he
you're
is. If
dealing
I
with.
say
should
that I
know.
want this and he says no, and that's the final word, and then you accept it and then you go into that. If you're not that type of woman, then girl, move.
You know,
move,
you know
yeah,
the seesaw theory about that what you see during the relationship, what you saw in the relationship is what you'll see in marriage.
Okay.
So meaning like certain
Seesaw,
traits,
nice,
seesaw. So it means that like certain traits, like if you have a cheating partner and then you marry the guy, it won't be
That's
like
your life.
Yes, it will be
You're
like
stuck
he will
with
be
it.
a cheating husband. He will be a cheating father because you were
Yeah.
seeing it through the relationship.
Yeah.
You will definitely see it again through the
and
marriage.
you decided to stay.
You decided to
Exactly.
say, because like you know that thing that like women ba re
I
mosadi o
love
tshwara
him.
thipa ka bohaleng, you should begazela. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
begazela anymore.
Anymore, it's 2021.
We see red flags, we move. It's like
Okay.
that.
But question is, do we move though?
No, personally,
Do we?
a girl can camp. I'm ashamed to say.
Wow.
I almost took my
Ashamed to
life.
say.
I
A girl-
almost took
I'm not
my
proud
life
of it,
before
y'all.
I moved.
I'm not
it
proud
was
of it,
one
y'all.
of
I'm
the things
working
that
on
I'm
it.
not proud of, but it
Yeah.
happened to me.
So now,
The
from now
level
you
of-
move. Yeah?
move.
Yeah, okay. So when I
I
you
move.
camp, you stay.
Hey,
Canberra.
I moved.
Listen, let me tell you something. Like, yeah, I've camped and like I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, I'm not ashamed of it
Yeah.
because
Experience.
sometimes you're really in it for real. You know, sometimes things happen and you just
Yeah.
like. It happens. Like
It
obviously,
happens,
not
yeah.
everything's gonna be a fairy tale thing from start to
Of
finish.
course.
Life happens, you know. But you don't wanna quickly let go because you're like, you know what, we can work on it or whatnot. Like because if we're vibing, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna get there. But unfortunately, you don't get there. You know?
How much is too much for you?
I cannot say. It depends on the individual because I have seen different things from different people,
My
and I
mental
don't
health
wanna
is
say.
number one.
Comes first,
There was
yeah.
a point where when I was younger, you know, I was still in high school. I was thingy. There was a point where like the straw would be cheating. He cheats on me.
I'm
we're
gone.
done. Which of course you're a teenager, you can do that. It's easy.
Exactly.
The less dynamics are involved. You get older now, you're like early 20s and whatnot. Now you realize that okay, things are not the same. It's not as easy as
Yeah.
going to school and standing by the corner and you know. it's
Yeah.
like, dating is now something different, you know. So cheating no longer becomes a deal breaker. Now the
Yeah.
deal breaker is if I find him in bed with another woman.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
You
That's
travel
cheating though.
exactly, yeah, that's cheating, but it's a
But
different
it's a
level of
different-
cheating.
exactly.
You know
Now-
what I'm saying?
now we're looking at
there's the
different
cheating of like he was
situations.
just at the club and they were dancing and maybe you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then there's cheating where you like you come home in your bed and you like
And
that's
she's
where I
there.
sleep. Those are my sheets, and
Yeah.
she's there like
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah. So now now it comes like
You
you're
know-
getting older and then
Yeah.
the next thing is like I must start
And
again.
you'll never really
Dating
know
all over again.
what your last straw is until you're
Until-
in that situation and you
Trust.
ask yourself, you're like,
Trust.
is it worth losing this person over?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you come back with the answer that it's not. It's
I
bad answer.
I'm
but
definitely a know your worth type of girl. If a guy doesn't meet my my standards, It's
Out.
red flag. I
I'm
can't.
a lover.
I
I'm a
almost
know your
lost
worth
my-
girl.
compromise.
Listen,
You're a Cancer,
no,
aren't you?
yeah, I'm
I
a know your
almost
worth girl. Like
committed
I know
suicide
I
over a
know.
relationship.
Really?
I almost
I'm Cancer.
did that, and I'm not gonna do it again, guys. My suicidal thing, I don't want to go back through that
Yeah.
again. So now I've set standards for me. If a guy doesn't meet
Protect your peace.
Out.
Out.
Perfect.
Okay.
my
You know what I'm
mental
saying?
health,
How about you,
comes
Kofi?
first.
As a
I'm
guy,
saying,
are you willing to stay if your woman
Is messing about.
is messing around?
First, you see,
If you find out once, will you stay?
You know,
Be honest.
there's one thing we have to also point out that when there's something going on and it's pushing someone to do something else, it's either
Yeah.
there's a mess up that both of you have to resolve, or you personally as a human being you have to
Or
resolve with
sometimes
yourself.
he just like Toto.
Regardless,
you know,
sometimes
guys,
he just like
guys
like
study you.
let me tell you something. You can be a guy. Maybe you ladies don't notice. You can be a guy. You like to you're always out there. But you find that girl, that girl who sits you down, nurture you, who's
Yeah.
gonna teach you how to save, how to put your life together
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything. You wouldn't even think about that, Toto.
But it's
You
the
understand
same
what I'm
girl.
saying?
She
that
will
same
teach you how
girl
to save,
that teaches
and then you
to
start
save.
making money, and then you forget
Leave her.
about it.
Exactly.
you know what I like
just saying.
about what he just said.
I'm just
you know
talking.
what I like about what he
honestly
just said.
speaking.
Oh yeah.
My thing, this is where the 50-50 comes in, right? Because now women are considered not to bring a lot to the table, right? Because he's like, oh, I can cook for myself. Oh, I can do my
Yeah,
own
so
laundry.
what is
Oh, I
it
can
that
do
you
this.
bring
What do
to
I
the
need for?
table?
And people don't understand. You know, you pay for that people get paid to cook, that people get paid to clean houses, that people. So if I do this for you,
It's out of love.
it's out of
It's
love,
out
it's
of
out of-
love,
because I want to
yeah.
show you care. So you can't now belittle that and say it means nothing because when you can spend 10K and you can tell me that because I spent 10K,
Yeah.
you bring something to the table.
Exactly.
Like, that's
I
why we
think-
need to
I
fix
think
this
guys,
There's one
guys,
thing-
guys need to understand that just because you have finances, it doesn't mean now
Hey.
yeah,
It's
at
not
the table.
about the finances. Honestly,
for
most
ladies,
people
there's
is.
one
For
thing you
most
have to
people
know.
is.
Ladies,
And that's
Guys
why
feel
we
like
get treated
because
the
they
way
have
that
money-
treated
now
because
let
you guys
me
are too focused on the
explain.
money.
That's
Let me
what-
explain.
no.
That's why you have one guy at the table. Let me break it down, ladies.
Okay.
When this happens, guys, there's a chance that the girl will get too comfortable. She's getting everything she wants. You're buying her getting her nails done. She's just home chilling. She gets too comfortable. She doesn't push as much as she needs to push in the relationship. I said, man, what are you gonna do?
Push in
She's
what
not
way?
push. I'm not talking about every day she has to wash clothes, but she's comfortable. She
It's
doesn't
because y'all
go beyond
love
her
dating
means.
slay queens.
No, honestly
That's the
speaking,
problem.
she doesn't go beyond the means to make it work. Like maybe
What-
in the beginning of the relationship, she was cooking for you
Okay.
and stuff. You also
Yeah.
doing your part. But now she's ordering food.
What's your part? Let's just say
Money.
what's your part?
saying-
Let's just say okay. Let's just say fine. You're a working man. You have money and stuff like that. Like, put money aside. What do you bring to the table?
Apart from just putting money on the table, you have to bring your own what do you call
See
it?
now,
Presents.
we are stuttering. We
I'm
have to
talking
bring
about your
it-
presents.
Now
I'm
the-
talking about your
suddenly
presents.
the words are
Okay.
not there.
Attention, communication, all of that.
All
But
of
guys,
what?
let's be honest.
Hey.
If someone is getting way too pampered in a relationship, what happens to that person? That person gets comfortable.
That
And
is, can I say this? That is a very subjective thing and not an objective
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Very subjective, and I feel like we shouldn't go into that because that literally
Is a
depends
whole
from
topic
situation
on
to
its own.
situation. You understand? First of all, in a relationship myself, I don't mind caring and nurturing, right? But I will tend to take longer to get to that stage where I'm starting to now care for you and nurture you like that because that's really when I'm putting myself into that shit, and that's what men don't understand.
Okay.
It might not be like let me finish. You know, to you it's nothing. It's just she's just cooking whatever. But to me, it's a lot.
It's
it
a
takes
lot.
The
It
fact
takes a
that
lot of
I
work.
woke up in the morning and I thought I'm like, oh my god, I should cook for him. Oh, what should I
Yeah.
cook? Should I do like
He's
this?
hungry.
Oh, he doesn't like too much.
Exactly.
There's a lot that goes into it. And
It's a
that's,
lot of
you know,
thought.
So I'm not going to do that for a guy that I just met a week ago. A guy who hasn't shown me what he's about. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, we're gonna go to the dating stage, and then we're gonna go into the relationship stage, and then that's really when you start to experience me, you know, and that's really when I expect to start experiencing you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And so when we're done with the dating stage, yeah, we can do the material things. Hey, you know what?
See
Buy
now.
me things. What. But then that's not where it ends.
Yeah, because
so you never get comfortable in a relationship. Everyone does.
Everyone does, but
Regardless, yeah.
but then
Listen.
again, it becomes subjective because how do you become comfortable? Because becoming comfortable for me could be the fact that now I can cook every day for you, and in the beginning I couldn't cook for you because I was I was nervous, maybe I
Okay.
was shy. I thought you were gonna like my cook. You understand?
Sorry to cut you off.
It's different.
yeah, so let's bring it back again. Okay, back to
Eish.
Intra-African relationships and marriages, right? Let's bring it back again.
All right.
Okay, let's say now you guys are married, or you guys are in a relationship, and then you guys have kids or a life together, or whatever. And we here in Russia, for example, you find someone from here, and then you guys get married. Cool. Are you willing to move to your partner's
Yes.
country, start a life there and stuff?
I'm stupid. I met a guy.
Story time.
I'm not gonna tell you the country because once I say the country, you're all gonna know.
Nigeria.
Nah, actually,
Ghana.
it was Caribbean. I met a guy. We had this nice fling thing. Like, it was a short while. It was a very nice fling. Like, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I was happy. He had to go home. He had graduated.
Yeah.
Your girl is still here studying, has 1 more year. Can I tell you? I had already planned when I am done my graduation.
yourself at the beach.
I am going
At the
there
beach
to
and-
that country to Himo, and we are going to do things. And
Yeah.
if it means that now I have to look for a career, bro, I was looking for jobs in that country. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do when I'm
Wow.
there?
Hey.
Do they have this agency that?
Yeah.
Listen, summer
You're
fling,
doing your homework.
bruh. I'm a lover, and I will give you love.
Cancer.
I will
Cancers.
give you love.
I love
go
her.
all
I feel
in.
sorry for people like
It's
this.
sad
you know?
because they
Like,
do
No,
that
but like,
to me.
listen, you
Fuck
go
me
all
up.
in. Like, why not? It's life. You live it one
And I'm
time.
proud of
You understand?
that.
So if your man is from another
proud
country
of
and he says,
that.
"Baby, let's go,"
No,
my
I would.
bags are
And that's
packed.
I would go.
Okay.
He
I
was
would
good
go.
to me.
I
You said,
would
I'm
go
saying
as
he was
well.
good to me, and I could imagine a future. Like, I could see you and me doing this thing because I like the type of person that you are.
Yeah.
I vibe with that.
Yeah.
You know, he inspired me. You know, when you can say that somebody they
That's
bring out the
you.
best
Yeah.
in you. You know, like he motivated me. I'll be like, oh, I'm so lazy to do this. Like,
Were
no,
you learning
don't
how
be
to
that
speak
girl.
patois?
You know, bruh, wagwan.
Oh.
Wagwan. Bombot. Like, bruh.
I swear. How about you, Kofi? Like, would you
Me,
move to your
personally,
lady's country personally?
The most I'll do is we meet halfway somewhere. Like, we just change location. You don't necessarily have to come to me if you don't want to come to me, but there's no way I'm
can
going to
do
come
that
to
too.
you.
Why is there no way you would
I'm
move
not
to your
gonna move.
lady's country? Why?
Okay, it depends. First, I have to look at
Say
financial
everything
point
is
of
that
view.
no. Say everything is that. Say that you have the perfect job position there. You're gonna live comfortably. There's everything is there. All the trivial
Exactly.
things.
So
And
there
the
are-
only thing is just for you to go there because you want or you don't
there
want
are
to.
so many things you have to look out for before you move. I'm not
But
just
we're
talking
not
about
talking
being
about
in a relationship.
yeah. But now
But
we're
would
talking
you
about the
go?
will.
Yeah.
Are you willing to?
Am I
See,
willing
with
to just
me, I'm
move,
willing to.
To another
change,
country.
stop my life here
Yes.
to go
All
somewhere?
in
in
that
the
summer
name of
and on the
love.
name of love.
Yes. Would you do that?
No.
I
In my
will.
current space, no.
No.
will.
Where I am in life right now, with everything I hope to achieve, no.
I will.
Straight up.
I would.
You're joining
So
me
you
on my
would.
I
journey.
would, and I also
stupid
had
then.
like a face that Natasha just
Yeah,
spoke
no.
about.
I mean, it happens to the most
you
of us.
know, like I was already picturing.
But it's all about
If
compromising.
all I ever get
At the
to
end
do
of the
in
day.
this lifetime is to love, bro, I'm gonna do
Exactly.
that.
You gonna love
Thank you
yourself
very
out.
much.
I'm gonna take that bitch to the end, but I need to stop wasting my time with all these niggas up because y'all niggas are tripping.
Hey.
You
Niggas
should
here.
also know your worth.
Y'all-
No comment, but
no comment.
I know my worth, bruh. I know but knowing your worth does not like this. I have a problem with this thing of knowing your worth because just because I stay with a cheating nigga doesn't mean I don't know my worth. I do know my worth.
You know that you can like let yourself be loved by someone who will love you 10 times better than the
Yes,
current guy
but
that
what
you are
if
with.
that person is not the person that I want? Because back corner, they are there, they're blowing up the phones, and you're just like, you know what? I like this attention, but it's coming from the wrong person.
From the wrong person.
And that's a thing.
Ish. It is a thing.
And that's a thing
Understand?
because love is a choice.
I think you didn't answer the question
No, you
earlier.
What?
Would you stay with a cheating woman
no.
completely? No.
Yeah.
Even if it was a
men
mistake, it
wouldn't.
happened one time.
So.
You see, it depends on people. For me, I have trust issues with people. You understand?
Okay.
I find it hard to just trust anyone. So once you break that bond, especially from the beginning, that's it. I don't see any way coming back for it from it or hoping in the future it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
I've seen a red flag in the beginning, so I avoid it from the beginning.
From the beginning.
I don't wait till
Even if it
later
was
stages.
a situation, just one situation that happened, and then it's like,
Well, you were
know
out with
what?
your friends.
He's
you were
a know your
drunk
worth.
and
Yeah, and
He's
then,
a know
and
your
then,
worth
and
type
then
of
she
guy.
comes to you and tells you like,
Men are
listen,
insecure.
and then she tells you voluntarily like, listen, I did
No, but
something that
obviously,
was-
you see,
He-
it depends
it's-
on you can't just you have to look at it from different situations. It depends on where you are in your life, how things are going, what you want, and if you have the right person doing the right things in your life,
and then she makes one mistake.
If she makes one mistake, there's a chance that you might be able to fix things.
Especially if you know it was your fault. Especially if he knows it's his fault.
How?
Most
exactly. Well, you see, the thing is, we're talking about the fact that
inspire
cheating,
us to do
there's a source from it. So if you feel like you're the source and you gotta fix yourself and make it work if it's worth it. But if it's just she went to have a drunk night out, she's still gonna be with those friends next week. What's the chance that it's not gonna happen again? Do you need that extra stress for me? No. I'm out.
True.
Straight.
Okay, so what about like naming your child? When it comes to naming your child, do you prefer like naming your child with like a cultural African name?
Of course, that's what I want.
Is that what you want?
That's what it was done to me.
I'm an African through and through, so my children are going to have African
names.
Okay. African heritage.
So now, when you guys are from two different cultures,
both.
We'll compromise. I have two names.
First
they
name?
can have two names.
Yeah.
First name.
From the
Which
father's
one?
side.
The
It's
first
gonna
name.
depend on the one that I like the most. Which one is more? Which, like I said, bitch, I like power. So I'm gonna give my children names that are going to like boost.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Okay.
Not just going to be like a Caesar or something. No offense to Caesars out there, like, but it's a common name, right? I'm saying. But me, I want a name that will be like, and you're like,
Mutumbu.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Mutumbu. Like, it must have weight, like, especially for my boys.
So what happens when your man from the other part of the continent says, okay, in our family, all the first kids must be named Mudumbu, and so my first son must be named Mudumbu, and you're not feeling it?
I'll accept it because it's legacy, it's culture, and if that's what he wishes, then we will do it. It's not such a big deal. I don't think it's something that we should stress over.
But what about two names?
And the fact that we can add
the family name, then the second.
So we agree on that one.
It's a small thing. I mean, I feel like all these questions are really based on how much you're willing to compromise or how much of an understanding you have with your partner.
With the person,
Okay, like just one simple question, which is very difficult actually. It's not simple. What do you guys think about role playing? Don't be dirty. Not like not like that. Role playing in terms of the role of a woman and the role of a man. Because now it's going to come to like what we were talking about, like the whole 50-50 as well. Role playing in a relationship or in a marriage. Like, because there's this thing now, like some feminism situations happening now, and then there's it's like
you know what?
So what do you think about the role playing, like knowing your role as a woman and a man knowing his role?
If one day I get blessed with marriage, God hear me, I'm still looking for it. The hierarchy that I would like in my household, it would be God, my husband, then me.
Okay.
That's the hierarchy.
Cute.
Okay, I'm guessing you disagree.
I don't disagree. For me, there are no set roles. For me, there are
so,
no set roles. Okay,
can
we'll
I
finish.
Yeah.
I'm an academic person, and academics and career should be pushed aside when it comes to the household.
Okay.
In the household, the husband should be worshipped. He's the God.
Wow.
You understand? He's the God of the household because that's his home. That's his safe place. You understand?
Yeah.
So, as a medical doctor, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
But when I come to my household, I know that he's the king and I'm his queen.
Okay.
So the way that I'm treating him as a king, he should treat me as
a
Thank
queen.
you.
Okay.
You understand?
Thank you.
Like
Shaking
so,
my head.
like you know, we can push like this feminism thing and stuff, but
As
we have
much
to
as-
be real.
Yes.
We are black people.
African.
Yes.
She's Zulu. She's Zulu. These people are coconuted.
No.
For my husband, despite my doctor title and stuff, for my husband, I will go down and I'll bring water.
Thank you.
Because he's the king
There's
of
a reason
the
behind that.
castle.
Say something.
He's the king of the
Even
castle,
scientific-
and I want him to also treat me as his queen.
Exactly.
So it should
Listen.
reciprocate.
Thank you.
Listen.
Okay.
And you know that
Okay.
men have egos. You should lift it up. Then he should know that I'm coming home to my queen.
Okay. You
Hey.
know what?
Thank
There's a
you.
point.
Hey,
Amanda.
The thing is, you keep taking me up. I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like, okay. Like, exactly. Yeah. So you see, when it comes to I want my man to be the man of the house. You understand? I want him to take my hand and say, baby, this is where we're going. And I'll be like, yes, my king, take me. You
Your
understand?
king, because you are his queen.
Yeah. Like, I want my man to lead me. I want my man to be a
God,
man.
hear my prayers.
You
I am
understand?
praying for a good husband.
Yeah. Because now comes the situation of feminism, where I think now the lines are a little blurry. There's a line there, like when it comes to, of course, we want to be equal. But that word,
I don't want to
equal,
be equal.
Hierarchy.
Yes.
And no,
because
want
now
to have
feminists
a-
are becoming too
For
me,
pushy.
I want
let me say,
hierarchy.
there's
Yeah, like-
what English is running away, but there's this word. There is equality, and then there is Frank. What's that other word? Not equality, but
like
there's a meme, there's a picture, right?
Okay,
There's a
okay.
picture where there's these three people. They're watching a soccer match over a fence, right? They're all different heights. There's a small boy, there's this middle brother, and there's the older brother. The older brother, equity.
Equity,
Thank
okay.
you, my love.
Equity,
There's
yeah.
equality and then there's equity. I'm an equity kind of person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to relationships, for me, there are no set gender roles. I can't say that, I'm going to cook vele because that's what a woman is supposed to do and cook and whatnot.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
me, those are not set. I will cook because I love to cook and because I want to do that for you as my
Okay.
family, as my
Yeah.
husband or whatnot. But I don't think it is a set gender role that should be there. On some days, should my husband decide that he wants to cook for me or my partner wants to cook for me,
Then
I
you
will
should.
gladly allow that. I would love that. In fact,
It's your
please do. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's what it is for me. When it comes to gender roles or whatnot, for me, it's just a matter of respect.
Okay.
You know, understand? It's about understanding my man. When we talk about gender roles, it's about understanding your partner and what your partner needs. You know what I'm saying? And that's really where that gender role comes in. If you do have a partner who really expects you to cook for him on a daily basis or whatnot, you know, I will do that because that's what makes you happy. But you have to understand, I do that because I want to.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how I choose to show you that I love you, because that's how I choose to show you that I appreciate you, that you're my king. Not necessarily because it is demanded of me. If it is
So-
demanded of me,
You don't believe in traditional norms of men
I
being
do.
gatherers and women being nurturers?
I do, but I'm saying those are not the set norms. That's not necessarily what I'm going to. If you
All
and
right.
I in our household
Let me ask you one
decide that
question.
we're going to live like that, then we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. I'm not saying it's because, you know, we live in the 21st century. You might say you want someone to cook, bruh. I'm getting a maid.
I have just one question for you. So, are you
You're
gonna
eat
be,
out if you want to eat out.
Are you gonna
Okay.
be fully comfortable sharing a household with a man you make more money than, in regards to what you're saying?
It depends.
Would that be
Really, that's
okay?
not. I feel
I
like
think
that's
that's
really
up
a question
mostly-
for. Not, that's not a me problem. That's a him problem.
It's a he problem. It's mostly a guy. You
I
see,
won't have a
it's-
problem with
I
it.
think it's mostly
So-
guys that have a problem with this. I feel like it's mostly guys. Women are willing to, even if I make more money
don't
than
mind.
you, like,
And if we
It's
have
our
a very
money.
good,
It's our money.
If we have a
Yes.
good
You
relationship like
understand?
that, like I know that you're for me, like with like Jay-Z and B, bruh. We won't even like you can even hold my card. It's fine because at the end of the
Exactly.
day, I'm going to be coming back to you to
It's
ask
now
for the
the
money.
guy and
It's
the
not- That's
ego.
not an issue.
it's now the guy and the
when it comes
ego.
to that,
Now you
that's a
start
y'all
acting funny.
problem.
Yeah. So what do you think
That's
about
a
that?
y'all problem.
Like,
And if I
About-
don't trust
if
you,
your woman makes more money than you, your wife
All right.
makes more
so
money than, like, what do you think
how
about
do
that?
how do I even speak about this without offending half of the female population out there? But what I'm gonna say is that in regards to this, women have a thing of usually having an umbrella over them. They are used to that kind of lifestyle. They are nurtured with it from a younger age and everything. So when it comes to a household where
relate.
I'm just saying,
Okay, okay.
let me just say my piece. So when you're looking at a household where a woman is more dominative in when it comes to taking care of the household, how things are run and everything, I feel like there's gonna be a power play there. There's definitely gonna be a power play. Let's not downplay that.
Okay.
The man and the woman are going to be going at each other in that house. And this has nothing to do with the man's ego. Both of us have egos. You understand?
Okay.
But a woman is used to or is programmed to a certain type of lifestyle. And a man not also confirming or not helping out in that regard, it's going to lead to disputes in the house. I think it's going to be a very imbalanced house. That's just my point of view.
Can I
So-
say something?
Mm-hmm.
I come from a household where I was not sheltered like that, right? Personally, I do not believe that I have any claim over another man's pocket. I don't believe that a man owes me anything. Yes, it is nice if a man can provide. It makes things easier. It's very nice. You know what I'm saying? But I do not demand it. And that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
would
I
you
was
still
raised-
come home and
Yes.
still be doing the cooking?
Yes,
And still-
I was getting to that.
Yeah.
My mother passed away at a young age.
Yeah.
So I was raised by my father. I lived with my father for the longest time, right? And my father raised me in such a way that he would want me to be
Independent.
independent, exactly. A well-rounded person. I wouldn't even say wife material because that's not really what I was going for, but he wanted me to be completely independent and well-rounded. So I would cook, I would clean, and I do those things because that's a familial setting, you know what I'm saying? And that's what is expected of me as the girl of the house. Even when my brothers are there, I'm the one who's doing that because that's an African household and that's how I'm raised. You know what I'm saying? And I do that open. It's not that because my dad buys me a Ferrari. My dad does not. He's not one of those dads. Like instead you come there and you're like, I need money. He'll tell you, go get a job.
I can guarantee you there's going to be this one time. There's going to be this one argument. And in this same argument, guys, are you listening to me? There's going to be this argument. And in this argument, the woman would be screaming out that you expect me to come home, do all the basic domestic stuff, and still take care of you. That's going to be something that's always going to be out there.
Yes, and then
And it's going to come up in every single argument.
So
because then that goes back to the relationship dynamics. If I'm complaining about this and it's always coming up, it means that you're doing something wrong. There's something wrong within the relationship. We don't have an understanding. There's a lack of understanding and communication.
So you feel like there's going to be an argument all the time.
That's something.
Yeah.
Arguing, and then she'll be like, yeah, nigga, that's why you can't bring in milk in this damn motherfucking house.
It's possible, yes, but it's very subjective.
Honestly
That is
speaking.
situation to situation. You know what I'm saying? That is situation. I mean, there are people out there who are married to 5 wives, like polygamous relationship, and it's working because there's an understanding that has been built there, that has been developed there. Everybody knows their role, everybody knows their place, and everybody is willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
It brings us back to, like, as a woman, if you love your person, you're willing to submit.
exactly.
You understand?
And not
Even if
only
you're a
if you love
CEO
them.
and then he's, I don't know, whatever.
If he is good to you, what men don't understand is that you cannot demand submission. You have to inspire it.
Yeah.
There is a difference between when you fear someone and when you respect someone. I need to respect you as my man. That's how I submit to you. I needn't fear you. Once I start fearing you, that's when the disrespect is gonna come.
It's gonna come in.
That's
yeah.
the difference between a parent who comes down and sits you down and be like, you know what, this and this happened and I wasn't happy because you did this and this, and you know, girl, this makes you look like this, so and I don't want that for you, my daughter.
Yeah.
Whereas if you come in like, you stupid child, I'm going to do that. You're not going to hear what that person is saying. You're not getting the message. You're not getting the teachings.
Yeah.
Now you actually resent that person. Now you have this thing like you hate them, you resent them. So obviously
And
you're gonna do what they want, but then you're gonna do it from a place of
Fear.
hatred and fear.
Yeah.
So it's not going to come out right. So as a man, you need to inspire submission. If you treat me in such a way that, I
think-
will do it.
I think
It will
that's the word
happen
for today.
naturally.
That's the phrase for today. As a man, you need to
Inspire.
inspire
Inspire.
submission.
Guys,
You
are you
understand?
listening?
Inspire submission.
We naturally,
Frank,
like
you
she
gotta
is
inspire.
saying, like she is saying, she's a naturally submissive woman. She's willing to submit. She's submissive as she is. But you're not just saying, like, woman of my worth. Do you think that the next guy who comes here and comes to play in her
Around
backyard
here.
is gonna think that she's submissive? He's not going to
No.
think he's submissive because he didn't inspire it from her. He demanded it,
Yeah.
and she's not going to give it to him because you know what? Like, no, that's not how we're going to do it here.
What is it?
But
Unjala guys.
You're taking me for
Unjala-
granted. No, you're taking me for granted. You know what I'm saying? But if you
Okay.
come to me right and you treat me right and you treat me softly the way that a woman is supposed to be treated, bro, I'm gonna make you my king because you will be my king at that. You know what I'm saying? You inspire things.
I think
In school, we respect teachers that
Yeah.
inspire us. We don't respect the teachers that stand on top of the board or whatever and tell you, you're stupid, you're not going to be
Yeah.
anything. Like, you don't respect that person. But the principal who tells you, no, my boy, don't do this. It's not right. You're going to respect them and you're going to listen to them. You become inspired. That's how you treat a person.
Yeah.
And that's what men are missing. You cannot
That's
demand
what
it.
men
Yes,
are
it is your
missing.
right.
To wait to be inspired. You should come as motivation already.
True, that is true.
course,
That is true.
like,
I
it's a
accept
give
that.
and
I
take
agree that.
thing,
Yes, it is
you
definitely a give and take
Reciprocation.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
definitely.
Of
I
course.
agree with that.
So we have to inspire each other.
We have to inspire. Exactly.
That's the conclusion.
Come
On that
prepared.
note, I think we can conclude that you need to inspire me.
For me to inspire you.
Yes, let's inspire each other. You
right.
understand?
I
Come
think
right, come
that's
correct.
That's
you
the
know what I mean?
50-50. I think we've solved the 50-50.
The 50-50.
Yeah,
it should
yeah.
be
like that.
That's
Exactly.
what we mean by 50-50. It can't be put down to basic things like this one must cook, this one must do the garden. No, we pay
Yeah.
people for that now.
Oh, hello.
Let's
Hello.
move with
All right,
the times.
guys, this was so fun. I think we
Definitely.
agreed on most things.
Yeah.
I think we agreed on most things, and basically, at the end of the day, you can marry whoever you want to marry from wherever, and
If you are an inspired West African man,
okay, all right.
She
Hello.
loves her
Inspire
jollof.
them,
Right.
inspire
Present.
them.
So West African,
West
you-
African.
West
good for
African.
you.
no Caribbeans no more.
I mean,
Okay, Wagwan. Okay.
no, I mean,
Oh, shit.
it's like again, situations. But I generally like the character of West African men. I
Thank
respect
you.
that a lot. So I would, I'm
Looking into it.
definitely leaning towards that
Area.
area. I mean,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Same.
Generally, they've got a strong character and
You
they're
know
very
why?
obligatory
Because they're
and-
traditional.
Yeah, and
So
I love
tradition
that.
is there.
I
and
love that. I'm a
foundation.
very
Tradition,
traditionalist
yeah.
person.
Yes.
I'm a very traditionalist person. That's what I am. So if you come to me with that, then we're good.
Then we're
Ladies, the
good.
feeling is very mutual. I can speak on West African guys on behalf of them out there. Feeling is very mutual.
Okay.
100%.
All right then.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
Guys,
I'm
thanks for
ready to
joining
be
us.
inspired.
It was fun. Thank you guys for joining me. We missed Damola. Hopefully, I mean, you guys probably heard him in the background screaming about submission and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so that's it. It's a wrap.
Thank you for
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Nubian show. Don't forget on YouTube to like, subscribe, comment about whatever it is that you feel. Go in on these guys and girls or whatever. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Yeah.